Yeah, we live. We open up.
Shalom. All praises, honor, and glory be unto Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Rakah, Kwadash. Honors unto the others apostles of great Muslim. Shalom to Akim out there who are laboring, doing the work of Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, preaching the gospel of repentance to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Okay, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and your descendants among the nations, you are the Israelites. Okay, spoken of in the Holy Scriptures that in the last days we're going to wake out of slumber, in the lands of our captivity, and return unto the Heavenly Father Yahweh. That's his name, and through the intercessor Yahweh Shai, okay, the mediator of a much more excellent covenant, okay, of which right now this is the beginning of us entering into the covenant of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Okay, with the preaching of the gospel of repentance. It is now, Baba Gosha, can you get Romans 3 and Romans 13 and 11?
This is
Because this
Romans.
can.
Yeah, this is Romans chapter 13, verse 11. It said, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. Yeah, so I know like the brother stream stick on the end, you know. Yeah, so now it's high time, you know. High time to wake out of the sleep, you know. Jake out there in a slumber, you know. And now is not time to slumber, really time of judgment. The judgment of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, you know. Really time of information, you know, the time of the true knowledge coming out. So it's not time to be in a deep sleep, you know. Yeah, okay, back there. I hear you, you're mute. Yeah, I know happening. Yeah, you know, this is a spiritual fight, you know. Gotta keep fighting. You can hear me, Ak? I was just saying about the if you can hear me, I was saying about the invite. Yeah, that's yeah, that's hung up on I was saying about the invite. Yeah, you know, he's getting some technical difficulty, you know, Bobby Kasha. Let me just send my brother this invite, you know. Yeah, so you know, the scripture say we wrestle not against flesh. All right. Let me get a precept. You know, by then you brother come back up. Hey, Shalom, can you hear me now? Shalom, can you hear me
Can you
now?
hear? Can I can hear you.
Can. What do you have watch? Can. Yeah, let me mark the precept for you there.
Can
Yeah,
go ahead.
this is Romans chapter 30, verse 11, and that knowing that the time that now is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
Can you see? When we are looking at the prophecies, it's very clear to see that the time that's been spoken of, the time whereby Yahweh Shah will wipe away all the tears from the nation of Yasharallah, the time of mourning will come to an end. We see those times, we just entered into those times. The mark of the beast that must come to pass, World War III, the elect being sealed, two-thirds being condemned, getting their judgment. We see all these things happening, lining. This is not the time to be still asleep, okay, to be still doubting the word of Yahweh Shah being spoken through men, through his chosen vessels. This is not that time, okay? It is high time to awake out of sleep, to awake out of all these different false philosophies, okay, whether it be Christianity or Hinduism, you name them all these religions of the world. It is now high time to awake out of them. And you can only awake out of all of these false philosophies and the ways of this world if you are part of the hopeful elect and ultimately being of the elect. And it only can happen through the grace and the mercy of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. This the book of Job, chapter 17. So let me just get this precept. Job 32 verse 8 says, but there is a spirit in man, and the inspiration of the Almighty giveth them understanding. That's how the only way you're ever going to be able to awake out of sleep. If that spirit from Yahweh Shah has been imparted upon you, the refreshing, this is the time of that refreshing, but only few will take it unto the one. Only few will come to the living fountains of water and take freely. The rest have been blinded. And it's for a good reason why the rest have been blinded. So Job 32 and 8 again says, but there is a spirit in men, and the inspiration of the Almighty gives them understanding. And this understanding is not for many. Many are called, very few are chosen. Very few are chosen. That's why we see guys who are calling upon the name of Yahweh Shai. They know the name of the Most High. They know about Yahweh Shai, but they have not changed. Okay, they have not changed. Outwardly, they put on garments, but inwardly, they're still the same old person, the old person, because many have been called, few have been chosen.
Right. Yeah, let's see if I this.
This book of Matthew, chapter 13, and in verse 5, I believe. This is Matthew, chapter 13, and verse 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables? And he answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but unto them is not given. Here this, begin with the other apostles. They've been saying the RFID chip technology is the mark of the beast. There have been many scoffers against that, but we see this, it's actually happening. It's actually happening. People are making transactions, with this RFID chip, implanted within their arms. It is happening. But those who are actually, they're starting to realize, look, man, these men, they might as well be the men of the Lord, but now the problem is what is with pride. Their pride will not allow them, to acknowledge, you know what, we've been off. okay, these men were right. It's pride. And we know what the scripture says in Proverbs, pride goes before fall. And that's going to be the demise of the lot of people who know that the Israelites, but still not renewing themselves inwardly, outwardly. Ultimately, that will happen through Yahushua. Okay, the Son of Righteousness, when he shall arise with healings within his wings.
That's right. Happy Sapere.
Go ahead.
I just say they're full of pride because they're saying that the mark of the beast is Christianity. Some saying the mark of the beast is embargo, or as John 3:16, or it is spiritual. But the Most High can confirm the word of his messengers. And we see the Most High confirm the word because we see clearly that the RFID microchip is the mark of the beast. All right? This is Isaiah 44, verse 25. He said that frustrated the token of the liars. Yeah, but you saying that the mark of the beast is Christianity, you lying. You understand? When you saying it's the embargo, you lying to Israel. When you saying that there's John 3:16 Christian, you lying to the children of Israel. Right? He said, and make it diviner mad, and turn it wise men backward, and make it their knowledge foolish. Yeah, because when the microchip become mandatory, your knowledge gonna be foolish. Because your same congregation gonna see, hey, this is the mark of the beast. But you was telling what is Christianity is John 3:16. You understand? Most are gonna make your knowledge foolish. Right? Verse 26, that confirm the words of his servants and perform the counsel of his messenger. And the locking is really most I doing right now. Confirm the words of his servants. You understand? Because the apostle, the apostle, even before 2007, they came on YouTube. They were telling you the mark of the RFID chip is the mark of the beast. You understand? And we see it clear every day. And there's no coincidence the apostle makes this year of Karagma.
These guys are basically still putting on our rough comments to deceive. In fact, let me get that in Zechariah. This book of Zechariah, chapter 13, and verse 14 says, "And it shall come to pass." Zechariah chapter 13, verse 4. And it shall come to pass in that day that the prophet shall be ashamed every one of his vision, when he have prophesied, neither shall they wear rough garments to deceive. Because it's going to be proven who the men of Yahweh Shemashah have been and who they are. Hey, scripture says that in Apocrypha, I believe in Ecclesiasticus, says, let the prophets be faithful, be found faithful. It's going to be proven time and again. Always has been proven that the prophets of Yahweh Shemashah, they've always been found faithful. All right. It is all going to come to pass, whether you believe it or not. It does not cancel out the prophecies which the Heavenly Father has lined up. All right. And it's all happening in our lifetime, within this generation.
God. Yeah, shalom to our brother Byram. When he come on board, Yahweh Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Rakakodah, Rakatam.
Shalom.
Yeah.
In fact, let me get this precept in Exodus, I believe it's 21. Because this whole mark of the beast thing is highly, highly serious. All right. It is between salvation and death. This is how serious the mark of the beast is.
Done. Yeah. When the Most High said, "He that keep it the word of his patient, he shall deliver him from the hour temptation, which going into the mark of the beast. They're gonna be the hour temptation."
Khan.
The technology is here, you can't deny it, is here, And it's becoming clearer and clearer every day.
Yeah, this is Exodus chapter 21. Because Esau, his system is on steroids. He's taking wickedness on a whole another level, unlike what these nations have done in the past. That's why by the Spirit and power of Yahweh, Hashem Yashai, it has been revealed through his servants, the prophets, beginning with the elders, apostles on down. But the RFID chip is the mark of the beast, because this man, he takes all the wisdom of all authority of these nations, and he just takes it to another level. Even the righteousness of the Heavenly Father, he just goes to the opposite. This is what he has been known for. That's how you know who Esau Edom is, and we know this for a fact that this place has been ruled by the seed of the wicked, Esau Edom. We see the results. Everything this man that it has been given into the hands of the wicked. You see, because each and every single thing that this guy does, the effects of it, whatever he might do, was that in Ecclesiasticus, was that Ecclesiasticus 25, never trust an enemy? In fact, let me just get this one first before I go to Exodus 21 and 5. This it's a rock. This is a book of Ecclesiasticus. Because this man should not be trusted at all. He does not deserve trust. All right. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 12. And verse 10 says, never trust thine enemy like as iron rusteth, so his wickedness. Though he humbleth himself and go crouching, take good heed and beware of him. And though says, and thou shalt, it says, and thou shalt be unto him as thou hast wiped the looking glass, and thou shalt know that his wrath have not been altogether been wiped away. Evil intentions, this man plans ahead. Okay. On an outward may looks like it may seem like as it's a noble thing. You know what? We're sick and tired of this cash system. We're losing our credit cards. There are a lot of fraudsters. People are doing fraud, copying people's cards and doing all kinds of fraud. With this system, you're not gonna lose your credit card. You're not gonna get scammed. You see, it seems like a noble thing, but this man has something in plan which is wicked. Okay, you should not trust this guy. All right, this is Exodus chapter 21 and verse. I'm gonna start at verse. Exodus chapter 21. I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, now these are the judgments which thou shalt set before them. If thou by a Hebrew servant, it says 6 years he shall serve, and in the 7th he shall go out free for nothing. Of which Esau is breaking those laws. That's why we have people who go into prison over 10 years and still serving in prison. All right, because so if you guys out there saying Esau, okay, the so-called man as you know him today, the so-called Caucasian man, if he's of the seed of the righteous, okay, if they are the Israelites, why the hell in their system they're still allowing people to go to be doing time in prison for over 7 years and still have not let them go? Okay, because this man, he's the opposite of righteousness. He does not believe in the Holy Scriptures. Everything that he does is the opposite. Says if he you got a precept?
No, basically, as you're saying there, I just want to add, the year of Jubilee, with these different depths with Jake's in, he don't on the 7th year, he don't release that, he continue to, keep putting pressure on Jake. This is show that he oppose what is right, he is strange,
God. Says Exodus 21 and verse 2 says, if thou, what was that? Oh, it says Exodus 21 verse 2 again, if thou by Hebrew 7:6 says he shall serve, and in the 7th he shall go he shall go out free for nothing. If he come in, says if he come in by himself, he shall go out free by himself. If he were married, then his wife shall go out with him. Says if his master have given him a wife, and she have borne him sons and daughters, the wife and the children shall be her masters, and he shall go out by himself. If the servant shall plainly say, I love my master, my wife, and my children, I will not go out free. Says then verse 6, then his master shall bring him out to the judges, and unto the judges he shall also bring him to the door, or unto the doorpost, and his master shall bore his ear through with an awl, and he shall serve him forever. Says, and if this says, and if a man has, that's it. That's the point over in verse 6, because Esau has perverted, okay, the owl, okay, that was supposed to be a sign of servitude forever, but now Esau is taking it to on a whole another level. That's what he's doing. He's perverting what is righteous. Can't. That's the RFID chip right now today. All right, and a lot of you're gonna take that thing, okay? You're gonna be taking it. You're gonna be lining up and taking it. All right, injecting a foreign object on your bodies, and the Most High has gruesome judgment coming for you.
John, got a quick precept there for you. Because this is what the Most High say in the law. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 28. He said, he shall not make any cutting in your flesh for the dead, nor print any mark upon you. I am the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You understand?
Khan.
Yeah. Most I said, don't make no cutting in your flesh.
Yeah, that's a problem with Jake. They love their master. All right. Like the scripture says in Job 9 and 24, the earth has been given into the hands of the wicked. So the wicked that are ruling right now, they are the new masters right now. And a lot of they love Esau so much, they're gonna freely be offering themselves up to take that RFID chip. Not knowing that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got a quick one. This is Isaiah 26 and 10. Let favor be shown to the wicked, and the Most High show the wicked favor, because the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. You understand? The Most High allowed them to rule in the Greek Empire, the Roman Empire. Now we're back to the second leg of the pagan Roman Empire. So the Most High showed them favor. Right? Isaiah 26 and 10 said, let favor be shown to the wicked, and the wicked is the Edomites. Malachi 1 and 4 tell the Edomites, they are the wicked. Right? It said, yet will he not learn righteousness. And this is the brother going into, talking about the supposed to release his servant on the 7th year. You understand? When I say supposed to release, it's supposed to forget the debt that you know that your brother owed on the 7th year, which is the year of release. Right? You understand? But you claiming that you the children of Israel, but you don't follow none of these laws. That show you as a hypocrite. You know? Right? It said, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness, he will deal unjustly. And look what they're doing in the land of Israel. They got Pink Tel Aviv. The holy power, wicked deeds. You understand? Right? It said, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. He's not going to follow these laws of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You understand? Because that's who he is. He's the wicked. Yeah.
Kanye is the wicked. Yeah. No matter what you try to do to try to disprove Esau is the wicked, prophecies are all pointing at Esau, Edom being the so-called white man. All right, and this bearing witness, just like this will bear witness with the Israelites. Hey, even Esau, you can see this guy. He's the wicked. He's the wicked that the Bible speaks of.
God. Shalom to TMS faithful unto death. Shalom, brother Kalab. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Brakatam. Barry Best. Shalom. Shalom. Shalom Kalak. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Brakatam.
This is Isaiah chapter 14. Verse 18 says, all the kings of the nations Because Esau, he must be done away with. He's going to be done away with very soon. As after he have served his punishment for 1,000 years, then he's going to be wiped away. Because there's no, you can't show enough favor than Esau having his turn. All nations, like it says in Ecclesiastes, time and chance happen unto all. There's the only favor has been given unto Esau, Edom. He rules, then he ended up fucking things up. So he must be done away with. It will come to pass. Right? Isaiah 14, verse 18 says, all the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory. Every one of them, everyone in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the remnant of those that are slain, thrust through with the sword, that go down to the stones of the pit, as the carcasses trodden under feet. Because what? Because you're going to be eradicated eventually. Because all these kings of the earth, these nations right now, after all has been said and done, the kingdom be established. All you nations, you pay back what you have done. You serve 1,000 years of captivity, ruling you for 1,000 years with the rod of iron, all right, bowing down to the nation of Asherah, all right, restoring the plan. Yeah, all these kings of these nations, they're going to be at rest, but not for you. That's not the case for you, Esau. That's not the case for you. You deserve no mercy. All right? And you deserving no mercy is a mercy unto these nations, man. All right? It will be a mercy to the creation of Yahweh Shai. That virus is going to be cleared out. Esau, Edom.
Good. Yeah. This is that's something. This is Revelation chapter 2, verse 26. It says, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nation, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as a vessel of a potter shall they be broken to shiver, even as I receive of my Father. You know, that's how we're gonna rule over these nations, the elect. You know, these heathen can be they were an inheritance to the elect. As I tell you in Psalm, the same thing is saying in the book of Psalms. All right, let me get that. Psalms 2. You know, the heathen's gonna be our inheritance. This is Psalm chapter 2, verse 7. I will declare the decree. The Lord Yahweh hath said unto me, thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee. Ask of me, and I will give thee the heathen for thine inheritance. And the elect, you know, the elect, they join ears with Yahweh Shai. So the elect also going to have the heathen nation as an inheritance. You understand? Right? And this is what? This is future tense prophecy. This is about to happen. You know, when our Lord Yahweh Shai return and take down this devil, because Yahweh Shai himself gave this devil this power. You know, with the blessing, he give the blessing the sword. Let's go back to his technology. You understand? Right? He said, Psalm chapter 2, verse 8, ask of me, and I will give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost part of the earth for thy possession. So Israel going to rule the entire planet Earth. Right? Verse 9, thou shalt break them with the rod of iron, thou shalt dash them in pieces like a like the potter's vessel. You understand? Yeah, there's these nations. They gotta receive the judgment. You know, especially Edom. You know.
Especially Edom, because the wounds that we receive from Esau, Edom, they will be still fresh. Because Esau returns, 2 Ezra 6 and 9, Esau is the end of the world, Jacob is the beginning, he's the beginning of it that followeth. That means when Yahweh Shai returns, the wounds that we suffered at this hand of this man will still be fresh. They will be still fresh, because when Yahweh Shai comes and save us, he's coming to save us from his rulership, from his lousy rulership. So he's gonna get it the worst. All right. And these nations, you're still gonna get that. Your
God,
judgment. You're not
God,
exempt. But like in the army, when they say, gentlemen, the objective is Esau, Edom. He's the main culprit. He's the
God,
ringleader of these nations. This is
God,
First Corinthians chapter 15, verse 24 said, then cometh the end, when he shall have delivered up the kingdom of the Most High, even the Father, when he shall put when he shall have put down all the rule and all the authority and power, because that's what it all boils down to. When the kingdom of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, the kingdom of heaven, equals the downfall of all these other nations. Okay, without the fall of these nations, there can never be the kingdom of heaven on earth. It is
God,
impossible. All right, it is impossible.
God.
Zion cannot be established alongside with these other nations still in power. But if their rulership still intact, it can't happen. They must be brought down. Just as Nahum chapter 1, verse 2 says, power is jealous, and the Lord Yahweh revenges. The Lord revenges and is furious. The Lord will take vengeance on his adversaries, and he reserveth his wrath for his enemies. The
God.
Lord is slow to anger and great in power, wicked. The Lord will have his way in a whirlwind and in a storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. Hey, this destruction that's coming, the downfall of this nation of Esau right now, it's going to be on another level.
That's
It's going to
right.
be on another level. Unlike, well, hey, we still having stories being told about what happened with Pharaoh unto this day. But look, that thing is going to be the thing of the past. It said in Jeremiah 16 and 16.
God,
The destruction that's coming is going to be on another level, on another level. Okay, it's going
God.
to be on another level. You can even see
Yeah,
that when in these movies, when they come up about these so-called UFO invasions, there's one place that's always being invaded. All of these so-called UFO movies, one place that is always, all the time, is being invaded.
America.
That is all the times.
God,
You won't see the UFOs in these movies invading China, Africa. No, always America, all the time. Okay, that shows you the least they know that this is Babylon the Great. America is
God,
Babylon the Great, and deliverance will come there, and main destruction will happen there. They know what time is it.
God.
That's why
He said,
Yahweh
be
Shai
in the house of the thief. He said,
can't,
these
can't,
chariots going to be in the house of the thief. He said,
can't,
they, they're telling on themselves, That's how prideful they are.
can't.
They're telling themselves. I got two for you. We bring this one out for. This is Revelation chapter 20, verse 5. He said, but the rest of the dead live not until 1,000 years. So the rest of the dead is the heathen nation. They're not gonna live. They're not gonna live until 1,000 years. I mean, what they're gonna be under us for 1,000 years. They're gonna build back our kingdom also with Esau. So after 1,000 years, they're gonna live. That means they're gonna go back to the land, and they're gonna build up the land. Build up the cities, however. But they're gonna be under. They're gonna be a perpetual servant to the children of Israel, right? He said, but the rest of the dead live not again until the 1,000 years were finished. This is the first resurrection. He said, blessed and holy is that had so like best and holy is he that had part in the first resurrection, is the elect. They gonna receive the first resurrection, be changing from these veiled body into them superman body. When they beam up in those chariots, they're gonna be the first fruit. Right? This is the first resurrection. Right? He said, on such the second death had no power. And the second death is what? Fire. You understand? The second death is fire. Right? He said, but they shall be priests of the Most High and of a Mashiach, and shall reign with him 1,000 years. You understand? Right? And This is exactly what's gonna happen. You know, we get all these nations gonna be under the Hebrew Israelite as well as bondsmen and bondswomen. They're gonna be they're gonna perpetual tribute to us. You know, they can bring all the best gift unto us forevermore. You know, it was promised unto us, right? And as you mentioned, you know that these thrones got to be taken down, so our kingdom to be established. You understand? And the same thing is saying Daniel chapter 2 verse 44. He said, and in the days of these kings shall the Most High of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all those kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. Yeah.
See, forever, it will stand forever, the kingdom of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Though it says that in Revelation, the saints of the Most High will reign with Yahushai for 1,000 years, doesn't mean after the 1,000 years, then we're going to go back again with another captivity. No, man. Once those 1,000 years are complete, look, man, like I read in Isaiah 14, all the kings of the earth are all at peace. Look, man, they're all going to be at peace, these nations, man. But they're going to be doing what? They're not going to be doing, you nations, you're not going to be doing your own thing and worshiping Allah, Buddha. No, man. You're going to be rehearsing these righteous acts. Okay, you're gonna know what it's like.
That's right.
To keep these laws in the flesh and not being able to abide with them. And we're gonna be there in the new kingdom of heaven as kings and priests. Okay, we're gonna be directing you. We're gonna be bashing you into keeping these laws and station commandments. All right. Unlike in this system, when somebody when crime gets committed, there's a whole lot of red tape that is involved, cases. You're gonna open files, do all kind of nonsense. It's not gonna be like that in the kingdom. Right there on the scene, we're gonna appear instantaneously. We're gonna appear on the scene. All right. Judgment is not gonna be prolonged in our system, in our kingdom. It's not gonna happen like that. Okay. This Daniel chapter 7 verse 18 says, "But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever." Okay, it's an eternal kingdom that's coming. It's not only just 1,000 years and then it's all over. That another nation will come up. No, because we're gonna have these laws, and commandments within us. We're never gonna go off. Eternal peace. Okay. This Luke chapter 16 and verse let me see, verse 8 says, "And the Lord commanded the unjust steward because he had done wisely. For the children of this world are in their generation wiser than the children of the light." Going back to the point when I was saying that these elites, they know that when Yahweh returns, he's coming straight for the main target for Esau, Edom, okay, his capital, which is Babylon, aka America. They know what time is it, all right? Because they are wise in their generation of the light. Truth says are still in darkness, will remain in darkness until they wake up with everlasting contempt into the kingdom.
Done. I want to hear. This is Daniel chapter 7, verse 11. "And I beheld then, because of the voice of the great words which the horns speak, and I beheld even till the beast was slain." And this beast going back to the NATO and the EU, right? The military power. "And the body destroyed and given to the burning flame." And we're gonna call them burning flame. So the so-called UFO, which is the chariots of Israel, and those ICBM missiles, right? This is where the beast gonna be destroyed in the fire, right? He said, "As concerning the rest of the beasts, they had their dominion taken away." And these are the kingdom, like the Persian, the Median, the Persian, you understand? Right? The Babylonians, they had the dominion taken away. They're not gonna rule again. Right? They're gonna be perpetual bondsmen and bondswomen under the Hebrew Israelites. Right? He said they had their dominion taken away, yet their life were prolonged for a season and time. Yeah, because after the serve the 1,000 year slavery, they're gonna go back to their land, right? They're gonna go back to the land and build up their society, but they're gonna follow our custom. As the brother, as brother Yawasap mentioned, they're not gonna worship in the different gods like what they're doing right now. No, they're gonna keep in our laws and they're gonna be judged by our laws. In Isaiah 2, you know, that's exactly what's gonna happen, right? Verse 13, and I saw in the night vision, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with a cloud of heaven and came to the Ancient of Days. So Yahushua came to his father, right? You understand? And the cloud is the chariot, right? And they brought him near before him, and there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom that all people, nation, and language should serve him. So all these heathens are gonna serve us, because the elect giant heirs with Yahushua. So all these heathens are gonna serve us perpetually. You understand? Right? It's, his dominion is an everlasting dominion. The back up what the brother just read. The saints shall take the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. We're gonna rule forever, cause we're not gonna die. Because the Most High gonna put the laws in our heart. So we're gonna be perfect. So we're not gonna die, because we're not gonna sin. We're not gonna go off. So we're gonna live forever. We're gonna rule forever, right? He said, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. You understand? So that is a perpetual kingdom that the Israelites we're gonna rule forever. You know?
Khan, the kingdom will not be destroyed, because there's only one true power, and his name is Yahweh. Okay, and his son Yahushua. Okay, the Most High was never defeated. He can never be defeated. It is impossible. Can never happen. This Revelation chapter 5 and 9 says, and they sang a new song, saying, "Thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof, for thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to our power by thy blood out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation, and has made has made us unto our power, kings and priests, and we shall reign on earth." That's where this kingdom is going to be established. Okay, it's not going to happen on some cloud. Okay, the earth is going to be destroyed after a couple of hundreds of years. It's no longer going to be conducive for life. It's not going to happen like that. The earth abideth forever. That's the reason why this planet was made. Okay, this is the beautiful planet that we're living in, just being destroyed by the wicked that are ruling right now. So this kingdom, we're going to be reigning on earth, nowhere else. Okay, we're going to be reigning on earth.
Done. Got two if we have to get this one. This is Matthew. We get this one in Matthew, and then let's get this one in Isaiah. This is Matthew chapter 6, verse Matthew chapter 6, verse 9. After this matter, therefore, pray he, our Father, which are in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. So the kingdom gonna be set up in the earth. The kingdom of heaven is the children of Israel. You understand? This earth was made for the children of Israel. You understand? This Isaiah chapter 2, verse 1. He said, the word of Isaiah, the son of Amos, saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. Verse 2, and it shall come to pass in the last days, which mean the last days, right? Speaking about now, right? That the mountain of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai house shall be established in the top of the mountain. So what? What's the mountain? What's the mountain of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai? The Israelites. You understand? We can be established as the top mountain, right? It's It said, and shall be exalted above all hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. It can be exalted above all hills. It can be above all these nations. All nations shall flow to it. And this just show that the so-called Jewish people and the Palestinians in the land, this just show that's impossible because nation is flowing today. You understand? Nation not flowing to that land. This just show that there is not the children of Israel. Right? It's verse 3. And many people shall go and say, come he, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord Yahweh, to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways. We're not seeing that right now. We're not seeing nobody going to Israel to learn to be teach. These nations going to Jerusalem to learn the ways of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. These nations busy worshiping the idols. Is level confusion in this earth. You understand? Right? It said, and we will walk in his path, for out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord Yahweh from Jerusalem. He said, and he shall judge among the nation and shall rebuke many people. They shall beat their sword into plowshare and their spear into pommel hook. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. So we're not seeing these things. This is how we know they are imposters. You understand? Right? Verse 5, O house of Jacob, come he, and let us walk in the light of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You understand? This is future tense. This is about to happen. You know, when Yahushai come and take this kingdom, he can come and take it by, hey, you Edomites gonna be raped. You're gonna be taken on by force because Yahushua is not gonna meet you as a man. You understand? So by force, you're gonna be taken, you're gonna be raped. You know, it's why the Most High call America old virgin daughter of Babylon, because America was never touched or invaded by no other nation. So like a virgin is a woman who never had sex, or no man ever touched it. And this is what gonna happen to them, they're gonna be raped. Yeah.
Kanye, how is it that these that, like you said, it's impossible for them to be Israelites? Okay, those who are, because even to start off, they call themselves Israelis. And when you look up the term Israelis, it tells you that as a modern day occupier of the land of Israel. They're not the Israelites. They're just occupying the land. That's what they're doing. And the prophecies tells you that in the book of Jeremiah, make bright the arrow.
Yeah. The nation shall not lift up sword. They said, beat your sword into plowshare and your sword into pommel hooks. These nations go back into what? Go back into the agriculture. They're not gonna be making weapons to fight. It gonna be total peace in the earth when the children of Israel ruling. Total peace. That's why they said the creature, a matter of fact, let me get to it. I want to paraphrase it wrong in Romans 8. This is Romans chapter 8, verse 19. He said, for the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestation of the sons of the Most High. Yeah, so they waiting, you know, because these nations are too crying out. You know, they crying out. You know, because a madman in power. You understand? Yeah. You know, like your brother stick that again, you know. Getting some problem on the other end, you know. Yeah. You know, these nations crying because we're madman in power. So they're waiting. You know, they're telling Salakia, let me send back this send this link to the brother. All right. Yeah, yeah. You know, it also tell you that we get in Proverbs, right? Let me get in right. This is Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2. He said, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Yeah, when the righteous in authority, the people rejoice. You understand? Right? He said, but when the wicked be ruled, the people mourn. And that's why I see the people mourning in this world. You know, they mourning because the earth is giving it the honor of the wicked, right? The wicked being rule right now. You know, that's exactly what's going on. You know, right? It's also telling Isaiah that a king shall rule in righteousness. Let me get that Isaiah, right? This is Isaiah chapter 32, verse 1. Behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and this king is Yahushua. He gonna reign in righteousness. Who do you want to think God Jesus? Right? It said, and prince shall rule in judgment. And prince shall rule in judgment. You understand? The prince is who? Let me see who's those prince. All right, then we get Matthew, right? Um, then I'm gonna link again just now. This is Matthew chapter 19, verse um verse 27. Then answered Peter and said unto him, behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have thereof? Verse 28. And Yahushua said unto them, verily me truly I say unto you, that he which hath have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in his throne of his glory, he also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of the house of Israel. And every one that hath forsaken houses, or brethren, or sister, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, shall receive an hundredfold, and shall inherit everlasting life. You understand? And the prince is going to be the king of Israel. They're going to rule with Yahweh because they join ears with him. So they're going to rule with Yahweh. You understand? Right? So these nations waiting on the manifestation of the sons of the Most High, so they could be at peace. You know, so they could be at peace. And that's why I see these nations. These are the heathen nation. They're rising up against these Edomites. You understand? That's why I see them preparing for war. You know, right? And let me send back this link again and see if we get it right up. Coming back. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna rule. You know, as the scripture say, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. You understand? So, as Brother Yawasab mentioned earlier, that this kingdom gotta go down. So we could come up. You understand? Right? We send back connection. Yeah, so these like I said, this kingdom gotta go down. So we could come up. You know? Yeah. Right. Let me get it. This is second Ezra. Right. Yeah, this is second Ezra chapter 6, verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? Verse 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born, of him Jacob handled for the heel of Esau, right? And that's how we pulling Esau down right now spiritually. By what? By by breaking down his stronghold, destroying all those lies, that he make, all these years saying that the Messiah look like a pale man, the Messiah of leprosy. So all these stronghold we breaking down, you know, that they are the chain, of the Most High, you know. So we pulling it down spiritually by destroying all his lies with his truth. The Most High is going to consume him with the spirit of his mouth. You understand? And the spirit of the Most High mouth is his prophets, speaking the Most High word, right? He said, Jacob hand held first the heel of Esau, for Esau is the end of the world. So Esau is the progenitor of you Edomites. He's the father of you Edomites. So this is the end of your world, right? The end of your rulership. You understand? Being the end of your rulership. This is why Yahweh Shai say you see Satan fall as lightning, and that's how fast you're gonna go down. Your tabernacle gonna be destroyed in 1 hour, which is America, Babylon the Great. You understand? That's how fast you're going down, right? Except for Esau is the end of the world, end of your rulership, being in power, right? He said, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. Yeah, and the Israelites gonna rule next, and they're gonna rule forevermore. You know, I don't know if I don't know what's going on with but yeah, what's up? The message him and see. You know, I don't know if he is that he in trouble on the end. You know, he message him and see. Yeah, we know we're gonna rule. You understand? A lot of jakes in this society, they don't want to rule. They want to live side to side with these heathen. Yeah, Shalom, back in.
Come back.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
It's a battle, just go. Just go,
Can
the scripture said, the wicked don't sleep until they make somebody fall, Lord. Yeah, we
can.
not gonna sleep until the Most High take this devil out.
Give him no rest day and night. Yeah.
God, a motherfucker gonna bring it out one time. Yeah, you know, bring it out.
Like what precept were you bring in Isaiah 2?
Well, I read it just now.
Can
Isaiah 2.
Babakasha.
You want to read back again?
Can.
God, all right, read it out. Start from the top.
Some verse 2.
Verse 2. Can. Yeah, this is Isaiah chapter 2, verse 2. He said, and it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all the nations shall flow unto it.
Can go ahead.
Verse 3, he said, and many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord Yahweh, to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his path. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord Yahweh from Jerusalem.
You see, and that's not happening right now. It
Done.
is yet the law which is about to proceed and go forth from Yasharallah unto the world. Because what manner of the leader is, so is the people. The scriptures goes into it in Ecclesiasticus. If the king be wicked, the nations and these servants, all of them become wicked. When the
Done.
law established through, first of all, through beginning with the elect, when that time of change comes, when the law, statutes, and commandments is going to be within us, guess what? We're gonna be perfect. We're gonna do everything perfect, 100%. So these
Done.
nations, they're gonna come to us because they're gonna understand. You know what? These laws, this is life. Okay, the laws of Yahweh where the law is that there is liberty. There's no death. There's no destruction. Unlike this society that we're under right now that has no laws. Okay, they keep chopping and changing. One day this is illegal. The following now has become legal. They keep amending laws left, right, and center. It's not going to be that case with Yasharallah. But right now, going back to the point, these nations, they're supposed to be flowing over to the land of Yasharallah right
Done.
now, in the land of Israel. They're supposed to be flowing and flocking by numbers and hundreds and thousands. It's not happening. If anything, these so-called Jewish, these Edomites, mainly the sons of Amalek, they're doing the opposite. They're following the ways of the nations. Prime example, these LGBTQ parade, Tel Aviv, the Pink City. That is not that is not of the laws, statutes, and commandments. It is of the nations. Okay, was that in Leviticus 20 verse 13? Let me see. This Leviticus chapter 20 verse 11 says, if a man says Leviticus chapter 20 verse 11, if a man also lie with mankind as he lie with if a man also lie with mankind as he lie with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. Okay,
Done.
this is what these nations they're gonna let go of. Okay, the so-called gays and lesbians, bestiality, all kind of madness. They're gonna let go of it. They're gonna
Done.
learn the ways of Yahweh. But look at what these Israelis are doing. They're following the exactly same thing that is prohibited in the Torah, as they say. They've made it into law. Gay parades in the Holy Land. And you telling me these are the chosen?
Done.
Come on.
I two for you there. Let me get this one in this is Daniel chapter Daniel chapter 12 verse 10. Many shall be purified and made white and tried is elect, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand.
See, only the wise will understand. But the wicked, they're going to continue on being wicked. Okay, that's the only thing that they know. That's the only thing that they know, to be wicked. Okay, that's how they've been designed by Yahweh Shemashah. He created them to be wicked, and they are the wicked. Okay, who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean thing? None. Okay, that which is crooked can never be made right. This is Esau, Edom. Okay, and we see his fruits. The world has been turned upside down, and you don't even know it, because those of you don't know that the world has been turned upside down. You cannot see that you are the victims of Esau's system and his devices. That's why you cannot see the truth. Like I said, that also in Isaiah 2nd chapter, as you were reading, says they shall no longer learn war. The prophecy says in Jeremiah 51:11 says, make bright the arrow. Okay, make bright arrows. What But it says then in Isaiah 14, immediately when the true Israelites return to the Holy Land, there will be no more war. The prophecy of Jeremiah 51:11 still stands. Okay.
Right.
The vengeance of Yahweh is yet to be executed upon Babylon. It is yet to be executed. The kings of the Medes goes into it in Jeremiah 51:11. Okay, it says what? Make bright the arrow, shoot at her, spare no arrow. Okay, meaning what? When it says make bright the arrow, these missiles, they've been perfected each and every week, each and every single month. They're perfecting their missiles. Okay, these arrows, they're perfected. This is the season of war, meaning that the true Israelites have not returned to the Holy Land. Okay,
right.
We still destitute. Okay, the soul of our still have no rest. We still scattered among these nations. But it's only through now the weight of Yahweh that we are returning spiritually and physically. The return will come through the chariots of salvation, delivering us, and then on Mount Zion shall we reign on the planet Earth.
That's something big. It's Ezekiel chapter 36, verse 5. Therefore, thus said the Lord Yahweh, power, surely in the fire of my jealousy I have spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land in their possession with the joy of all their heart, with this pitiful mind to cast it out for a prey. And the Most High said, the residue of the heathen and all Idumea, which is the Palestinians and you so-called Jewish people, the tribe of Amalek. Right? You possess the Most High land. Right? Verse 6, he said, prophesy therefore concerning the land of Israel, and say unto the mountain, and to the hill, to the river, and to the valley, thus said the Lord power, behold, I have spoken in my jealousy and in my fury, because he have borne the shame of the heathen. Yeah.
God, hey, can you read that again, Baba Gusha?
From verse 5?
From verse 5.
This is Ezekiel chapter 36, verse 5. Therefore, thus said the Lord Yahweh, power, surely in the fire of my jealousy I have spoken against the residue of the heathens and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their hearts, with this pitiful minds to cast it out for a prey.
You see, it says against all Idumea, meaning what? That land over there predominantly is going to be taken over and be ruled over by Esau, Edom, okay? And the residue of these heathens, that we see small bits and portions of these other nations in that land. The Iranis, okay, these Arabs over there trying to claim the land. We have Ishmaelites over there. Even these Elamites, these Pakistanis, they're over there. These Elamites over there in that land, also them. And the Cushites, these are the residues of these nations in our land. But predominantly it's been ruled by who? By Esau, Edom. So Esau is still here. Okay, he has not as of yet been done away with. He's over there in that land. Okay, calling them Israelis. In order to live in that land, you must join the military. This is all Idumea, who has parted the land of Yasharallah. And we're not in our land, except for a few those who were rebellious, okay, who went in the Holy Land over there. They're stuck over there in Dimona, Israel, because out of their ignorance and being stiff-necked, they went there, and they're still fucking catching hell over there.
Right. I got one for you. It's Zechariah chapter 9, verse 6, and a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, and I will cut off the pride of the Philistine.
You see, that's what they are. They are without the Father, because they were rejected from the word go. Okay, they were rejected, just like it says well in Hebrews 9. So you know how that he would have received the gift, but he was rejected. He got rejected. Okay, and he's still rejected unto this very day. Okay, he's trying to get back that gift, that blessing back, by trying to destroy us, the Israelites. by trying to remove us from off the plan, or off the map. But it's not going to happen. This is Lamentation chapter 5 and verse 1 says, "Remember, O Lord, what has come upon us. Consider and behold our reproach. Our inheritance is to strangers, our houses to aliens." That's exactly what befell us, but the Most High is not. He's considering what has befallen us. That's why the gates are no longer languishing. All right. The gates have been established through the leadership, the apostles, elders. All right. We're no longer destitute as before because we have Yahweh Shah, the Comforter, has been sent. Okay. The flesh right now, okay, the bones are covered now with flesh and sinews. We are alive. Okay, we are living right now. Okay, not as living as most people will think life is, because most of you don't know what life is. This is hell. This is not life. The state that we in right now, the state of the world is not conducive for life. Okay, a lot of you don't even understand what life is. Okay, this is hell. This is death. Okay, people are living a lifestyle of death and not life. Because life is what it is when you abide by the laws and statutes and commandments of the Heavenly Father, and that brings forth life. That brings forth stability and peace.
Man.
Going back to, okay, go ahead.
No, you finish? Finish it?
Can't. I'm done.
Can't. And it's saying Ashdod, and when you look up the word Ashdod is a city in Israel. I want to. This is Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, said the Lord Yahweh, that it shall no more be said, the Lord Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. Verse 15. But the Lord Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands where he had driven them, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. Yeah.
See, we're going to be returned to our land. Yeah. So the only land that's going to be restored is going to be restored to the descendants of those whose lineage goes back to the ones that the promises went to. Okay, we're not going to have heathens in the kingdom or claiming a stake of land in the Holy Land. It's not going to happen like that. It's not going to happen. Okay, you nations, because the problem is a lot of these scoffers you see on the common board. So the problem is that when they think about now, since we're not included in salvation, that means we're going to hell, because they don't have the understanding what hell, what the kingdom is. They're just messed up. That's why a lot of them, they're led by their emotions. But when you truly go sit down and listen to what the men of Yahweh, Shemashah, beginning with the elders, apostles, are preaching the gospel, the true gospel of repentance, you realize, look, man, this is good, man. This is good for all life. Yeah. What the Most High has planned for humanity, or through the Israelites, man, is the best thing ever, man. Unlike what we having right now, what has been promised. Amen. Hey, oh Lord, what does it say in next? Let me get this in next. There's only one precept to explain what I'm trying to convey here. This is the book of Acts, chapter 1. So like Acts. This Acts chapter 1, verse 6 says, when they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore the kingdom to Israel? Okay, because once you start realizing, look, man, so this is what has been promised unto the nations, unto the world. Israelites are going to be ruling in righteousness, and we're going to be abiding by the law, statutes, commandments. Within you, if you have any ounce of righteousness within you, not even righteousness, you have any form of sense in your mind, you should be like, man, I can't wait for Esau to go down. But it's not the case for a lot of you, because you've been so indoctrinated by the ways of this man so much. You just going opposite towards good. Just like the 2/3. You bring them life, say, look, man, this is the way. This is life. Here's Yahweh. Yeah, here's repentance for you. Says, nah, I like myself the way I am. I like smoking. I'm going to keep on smoking weed. Okay, I'm going to keep on having sex with other men's women, doing all kinds of nonsense. Because they've been so indoctrinated and been so in captivity for way too long, they
Right.
cannot receive and appreciate righteousness. That's why 2/3 will be cut off and die.
That's right. Yeah, it was reading Acts 1:6.
Acts 1, 1 verse 6 says, and when they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? Okay, hey, we are anticipating the restoration of the kingdom. That's what the kingdom is. The only kingdom, the true kingdom, is the establishment of the 12 tribes. All right, on rulership directly through Yahushua, the 12 and the rest. Okay, that's the only kingdom. This is not a kingdom. This is hell. This is captivity.
God.
It's not a kingdom. It's not a kingdom. This one says, verse 7 says, and he answered, verse 7, and he said unto them, it is not for you to know the times or the seasons which the Father hath put in his own power. All right. But guess what? Because we know we are now being given a scope. Okay. We now what? Measuring the time diligently. We're seeing the signs that have been spoken of, which Yahushua has already given it to his disciples before. Say, look, man, measure these things: earthquakes, rumors of wars. Okay. The son of perdition is going to be revealed, who opposes himself above that which is called the Most High. We see all these, so we know for sure we are at the end. The kingdom will be restored in our lifetime.
Done.
You heard the precept?
Done. This is our Revelation 21, verse 10. And he carried me away in the spirit to a great and high mountain, and showed me that great city, the holy Jerusalem, descending out of heaven from the Most High. And this is the elect going to be coming down in those chariots after they be beamed up before the destruction, which is the seventh plague, which is the ICBM missile, right? And they're going to be coming out. The holy city is the Israelites. They are that city, right? Let me get a quick precept to prove what I'm saying, right? Because the Israelites are that city. This is, I think it's Amos. Get it quick. Amos. All right, this is Amos chapter 5. This is Amos chapter 5, verse 3. Right, for thus said the Lord power, the city that went out by 1,000 shall leave 100, and that which went forth by 100 shall leave 10 to the house of Israel. So the Israelite is that city, right? Back in Revelation chapter 21, verse 10, and he carried me away in the spirit to a great and high mountain, and showed me that great city, the holy Jerusalem, descending out from heaven. He said, out of heaven from the Most High. And also Jerusalem, the people before a place, right? Verse 11, he said, having the glory of Yahweh, and our light was like unto the stone most precious, even like a jasper stone, clear as crystal, and had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates, and at the gate 12 angels, and the name written thereon, which are the name of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Yeah, there's the kingdom. You know, John the Revealer said, the Most High take you the spirit, and you see the kingdom. You see the glory and everything in the kingdom. You know, as Balak in Numbers 24, he said, the people shall dwell alone. You understand? It's the Israelites. You know?
I got a precept for you.
Yeah.
It's First Thessalonians chapter 1, verse 16. That's the reason why when John beheld New Jerusalem coming from heaven. It's First Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 16. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of an archangel, and with the trump of the Most High, and the dead in our Mashiach shall rise first. Then we shall alive and remain shall be caught up together with him in the clouds, says, to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. So wherefore comfort one another with these words. Okay, that's the reason why John saw the New Jerusalem, okay, descending from heaven. Because the Israelites, as it says in Ezekiel 5:5, this is Jerusalem. I have scattered them among the nations. So if that was an actual building, you tell me there's a roof somewhere in Australia, there's some come on, all right. We are the Israelites, okay? That's why it says also Yahushua said in Matthew 11, when he's speaking about John, says, the kingdom of heaven suffereth by violence, and violence take it by force. It never meant the kingdom of heaven per se, but we are the kingdom, all right? We are the temple. We are the New Jerusalem, which is about to rain down from on high after these bodies has been changed, when we're going to have rulership over these nations very soon.
Done. Yeah. And these things are about to happen, you know. It's about to happen. You're going to rule this nation in righteousness. You understand? You're going to rule this nation in righteousness. Yeah. Right? Kingdom of heaven is in Israel. This is Revelation chapter 22, verse 14. He said, Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life. Right? The right tree of life is Yahushua. You understand this knowledge? Right? He said, and may enter in through the gate into the city, which is the kingdom of heaven. Right? He said, for without our dogs, these heathen nations, you understand? And sorcerers, and whoremongers, and murderers, and idolaters, and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. You understand? So, you know, this kingdom of heaven is only for the children of Israel. Hey, these are the heathen nations going to be dwelling on the earth, but what? They're going to be under the vibration of the Hebrew Israelite. They're going to learn our ways. You understand? And hey, and these nations are going to be happy, as we read in Romans 8 and 19. The honest expectation of the creatures wait on the manifestation of the sons of the Most High. Because they know when we ruling, they're gonna be at peace. You understand? Because they're being oppressed under this devil. You know? Anything I can close out? Anything more there?
Yeah, I got a last precept.
Good.
This let me get this. All right, just bear with me. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 24 says, no, you know that they which run the race run all, but one receiveth the prize. So run that ye may obtain so run that ye may obtain that prize that we are waiting for. We're going to continue on striving till the kingdom of heaven be established. All right, that's what we got to do. That is our mandate. Prophesy. Okay, bring the word out. The sealing will happen automatically by Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Okay, that's what we've been commanded to do. Whether they listen or whether they forbear, they will know eventually that the prophets have been among them. All right, continue the race, continue the fight. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, you're gonna see, you know, Tawada Twali, the Akiams and the coming board, you know, Tawada for the support. You know, this always that's what's edifying. We want to give our praises and honor and glory to Yahweh,
Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders who will have written with stone. And a blessed salutation to the Akiums and the faithful man, pushing the gospel in sincerity and truth. Shalom to the elect for what Tababal.